Welcome back to the Goons. Welcome back to the Goons. Welcome back to the Goons.
Oh, the guy's just cutting out.
Welcome back to the Goons.
It's straight up
There's
cutting
almost
out.
no audio. It's just
Every time he tries to pronounce the G, it just cut.
It's like, welcome back to the goon.
They can't
like
take
just-
it.
It's just
Does it
cutting
not
out.
work? Oh, hang on.
You're probably clipping
We
the
gotta edit on.
input.
Did it not work?
It was
It
good
worked.
enough
It
to the
was-
it
intro.
was good for this podcast. It meets our
All right.
standards.
There's no. Hey, listen. There's two goons here. All right. There's two goons. Blarg is busy. McNasty is busy. So it's me and Dew holding up the reins.
Yeah, buddy.
And I decided to bring my two best friends, Mr. Brady Riggenbach from Slackjaw and Ethan Howell, as you know, the boys.
Welcome.
Dallas, you kind of look like Neo from The Matrix with those shades on.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Or
So-
a racist dad. You know, either or.
Way too invested in a little league
Gotta
game.
be up in 3 hours and go fish.
Yeah. Do I know a lot about the universe, or am I just gonna say the N word? You'll never know.
I saw you in my yard.
Oh, this is gonna be a great episode. It's very different. I honestly prefer, well, not prefer, but I really like when we do episodes of the podcast that are involving a different crowd of people. It
Yeah.
adds a new layer, a new layer of it's like homemade mac and cheese.
Yeah.
You know, some
Amen.
people the crust layer when you put it in the oven
Yeah.
sometimes isn't very good. Sometimes it's really good.
So
I
we
like
brought on
that.
some new crust today.
A new crust layer to the mac.
I'm the good crust.
Yes,
Me and Brady are
sir.
the good crust.
Yeah, we're the last pizza out of the box. As far as it
I'm a
goes
corner
with the
piece,
podcast.
though.
Oh.
Are you
That's
guys
what I
fans
said.
of homemade mac and cheese?
It kind of depends,
Definitely.
dude.
I don't know if I've ever had homemade. Like, what makes it homemade? You have to make the noodles too.
That's a good question.
What,
How homemade is homemade?
this fucking guy, dude? You know what? I shouldn't have asked this.
What do
I
you-
already knew you were.
Is that not
you're
a
gonna
valid
come out
question?
with some left field fucking question.
I thought you'd say some leftist question.
That's because all Dew eats is microwaved bologna.
Bro, I ain't ever had bologna once in my life.
You don't have to make the noodles to have it homemade. I mean, you can,
So
but
you're
that's
saying-
like that's like radical fucking extremist level of
That's like
homemade.
Amish mac.
I think it's
Yeah,
like baked
most
mac and
definitely.
cheese.
Well,
Isn't
yeah.
that what it's called?
So the noodles are done. You just add the cheese. You call that homemade.
right.
And then you put
yeah.
the breadcrumbs on top, throw her in the oven.
All right.
Yeah.
It's like
I would
cheese
go so far as
lasagna.
to say if you get it from a freezer, it's not homemade. If you're baking
No.
in the oven,
No,
Yeah.
I would
Sure.
not.
like a
consider
Marie
that
Callender's, like family macaroni, like Stouffer's, that shit's kind of
No.
ass.
Yeah.
But like
homemade. No.
homemade macaroni, like Cracker Barrel style, that's the shit, bro.
Stouffer's lasagna is pretty good, though. I have to say.
Stouffer's lasagna is like I'm
That's okay.
convinced. I'm convinced you in that short amount of time between baking a Stouffer's lasagna versus making one, you can't make one that good in that amount of time.
Oh,
It's the best you
absolutely
can
not.
buy frozen.
Yeah, best
Yeah,
ROI
probably.
on macaroni and cheese for sure.
That's what me and Brady
For sure.
Me and Brady, that was our that was like our fucking last supper before we recorded our album.
Oh yeah,
That's what we put in the oven. We put it in the oven
Burned
and
the shit out of it.
we forgot about it. We fucking forgot and the whole top layer of the lasagna was just
Nuked.
burnt, dude.
Gross.
We had
Well
this Airbnb just smelling fresh to death, baby. And some burnt lasagna.
It was completely burnt. We put it like up at the very top shelf and then let it sit in there for like 3 hours.
At like 450 and
Yeah.
forgot about it.
Holy
We
shit.
peeled it out and it just smelled like death. And the top of this fucking thing was just black, peeling
That's
apart.
well done.
It's hard. There was like soot on top of it. It was insane.
Hot damn.
I will say though, I'm not really a fan of homemade mac and cheese. I don't know about you guys, but like homemade mac and cheese on like Thanksgiving where they bring it in the like the casserole dish.
Mm.
I'm not really a big fan. It's not my favorite.
With
I
the
fuck with
breadcrumbs on top?
Bread, you can do breadcrumbs. Some people just do another layer of cheese and they burn it
And then they bake it.
Yeah,
Some
but it's
bacon
like
bits in there?
Cheese
I
on
mean,
top.
you-
I'm not
bacon
seeing the
oven.
problem here.
yeah.
I was
I'm
going
not
to
seeing a
say,
problem
Well,
either.
what
I'd
is so
eat
bad
all
about
of
this,
that.
bro?
I'm just not it's
I don't
not
discriminate
necessarily.
against mac and cheese. I don't know about you, dude.
I don't either. I'm kind of an elitist when it comes to mac and cheese.
Yeah.
But like, I really am. I'm not gonna lie.
Amen.
You
I,
just said you don't discriminate. You said
I
you're
don't.
an elitist.
I'll eat it. I'll sit there and I will eat it, but I will judge it. I'll still enjoy it, but I'll be like,
Oh, okay.
better. as I'm
Okay.
stuffing my fucking fat ass gullet. I'll be like, it could have
Right.
been better, but you know what?
While
not
you're at
gonna-
Longhorn, no one gives a fuck. You're like, all right.
I'll
You
still
still ordered
complain
it.
though. I'll still complain. But the burnt layer of cheese on top of homemade mac and cheese that just needs to be obsolete. It needs to be getting rid of. We've
Nah,
reached
I
a point in
can't agree.
time.
Have
I
we
like it,
evolved
yeah.
past that? We shouldn't be buying
Yeah,
that
the
think
shit.
I
burnt
like it.
layer.
It depends. Yeah. Well, if it's burnt, it's no good. But if it's
Just
cooked,
take your
if
layer
it's
off and
cooked
give it to
thoroughly
me.
and correctly, then it's always a good time.
Our friend Josh, we do like a friendsgiving where we get all of our friends together and we'll like go out in the woods and
Sacrifice some
it-
people.
It sounds a lot worse than it
I
really
burn
is.
the top layer.
Yeah.
But we'll just go out in the woods and start like a fire.
okay,
I'm really digging,
where
I'm digging myself
the
a
fuck
hole.
is this going?
I'm digging myself a
Then
hole
we
here.
make a funeral pyre and then
We make a crucifix. No, we just go out in the woods and
we make an everlasting fire on that crucifix.
we just go out in the woods and we bring like a pop-up table and everybody brings like their own dish of food and we go out in the woods and we have like a friendsgiving. Like we usually do it like the day after or day before Thanksgiving, and it's just like a bunch of friends that all get together. And our friend Josh, his mom had some Kraft. It was made by Kraft, but it was like a homemade mac and cheese recipe that Josh's mom or something like clipped off the back of a really old Kraft mac and cheese box from back in the day. And oh my god, dude, this homemade mac and cheese, I've never had anything like it. Because normally I don't like homemade mac and cheese, but this Kraft homemade mac and cheese was fucking god tier, dude. It was
I'm
god
gonna
tier.
try some of it.
It was so good. I think you did. I think you had some.
Mm-mm.
I think you
Nah,
were at.
Trust me, I would know.
And you
I
were
wasn't at
judging it the
last-
whole
I
time you
wasn't
were
at
eating
last.
it.
Yeah, I did. I was like, yeah, we'll see about this. And I was wrong. I'll admit when I'm wrong. I was wrong. It was good. Anyway,
The great mac and cheese debate.
The mac and
Off
cheese
the-
podcast.
are
Let's
you guys
move on to the vegetables. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
We're all
are you
here.
guys more Velveeta or Kraft? If you had to pick?
Velveeta, bro.
For sure.
100%. The Velveeta shell
Yeah.
thing comes in a brick. It's just fucking pure lard
Kraft.
cheese.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Yes,
I'm
mama.
a Kraft
I'm a
guy.
You can
Kraft
melt that
guy.
down.
Yeah. Kraft.
Kraft
through
through
and
and
Equally
through.
split here. This is interesting.
Yeah. Let's have
Kraft
a fight and
enjoyers.
see who wins.
Velveeta is enough to make you sick after you eat it for a while. It makes you feel
It's
like
'cause you
wanna
don't
throw
eat
up.
That's
enough.
because it's so good. Yeah.
You gotta
can
build
eat a
up
shit ton
immunity.
of Kraft, and then you can still feel good after you eat it and not feel like death.
Would you rather
Yeah.
eat a little bit of god tier food or a lot of dog shit?
I disagree.
Bro, Kraft is not dog shit.
Comparatively,
Kraft is god tier, dude. Kraft is definitely god tier.
I disagree.
Velveeta god tier.
Velveeta is fire.
I like the Velveeta cheese that you get in like a block.
Yeah.
If you make like a cheese dip, that's good.
Oh,
But-
Duber used to make some bomb ass cheese dip out of that.
Yeah, dude. You put some Rotel, in it, and like a little bit of sausage. Oh my god.
Yes,
that shit-
sir,
That changed my life.
Sounds pretty good.
It's not bad.
buddy.
Fuck
Well, I want to
yeah.
hear about y'all's Florida concert and shit.
Oh god.
Dude, that's why I had Brady and Ethan come on, dude. Our trip to Florida. Oh my god, it was
Let's hear about it.
Very
something. I
unique.
don't even know where to begin. Like
The beginning.
if
like
we covered the
Slackjaw-
events chronologically from Thursday to Monday, it would take up the entire length of this podcast to tell on a story. Like there was so much shit that happened, it was insane.
I do want to talk about it because we like Slackjaw as a band. I think people have a
Yeah.
big misconception when it comes to like Slackjaw as a band because you know they see me as a YouTuber and they think that everything is like some high production big sort of event, and it's like that could be that's like so far from the truth of the reality of it.
Yeah.
Because we're like the band stuff, we are very much new to everything we do, and so everything we're doing is like literally a learning moment.
Yeah.
It's like
I was just
we-
getting ready to say that.
we get offered shows or whatever, and we will say yes or no to a show, and that's just kind of where we go from there. We've never been in a position where it's like we want this, this, and this. you know, with an event or a show. Like, we want this to happen and this to happen. We just,
We want a parking spot.
yeah, we just we literally
play on.
show up. We literally just show up and kick ass, take some photos, and then
Ask for
we-
nothing.
Yeah, we don't. Literally, we left a venue. We'll leave places and not even ask for payment. We're so into it and so much having fun and just we don't even care. It's like we don't give a fuck about the money or
We
about
just love the
anything.
art, bro.
Yeah, the adrenaline. You know, when you're up there doing it and having fun, it's like, dude, the money. It's like, oh yeah, well, thanks for the money, but that's not why we're here,
Right.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
We're just here to fucking kick ass.
Well, that's
and have
probably why
fun.
you draw such a reoccurring crowd too, is people can feel that energy. You know, people are like, these
For
guys
sure.
are just fucking loving this. So
Yeah. We have a
Yeah.
very big like community vibe with our fans, I think. It's nice. Like everybody feels like they know each other. It's really cool.
that's super cool.
Yeah, it's
And, like,
fucking awesome.
I feel like on behalf of everybody in the band, we fucking need to thank everybody that's listening that came to the shows and got shirts because we didn't lose any money going. Like we were able to pay for all of our gas. Hoorah! Like we had a
Yeah.
really successful first 5 days, and it was because everybody fucking came and wanted to see us. So
Yeah,
without them,
Hell yeah.
that would have been
and
bad.
that's something that a lot of people don't talk about, dude. Like the whole when you start talking about money as a band, it's like everybody kind of gets real like standoffish when you bring the money aspect up. But
Yeah.
it's important. It's like you know, as fun as it is and as much of an event as it is, it's like money is the overall sort of like business aspect. It's like we still got to pay for stuff. We still got to buy strings. We still got to get gas. We got to get food and everything. So like the money thing isn't important, but at the same time, it is still a very vital aspect to how it operates. And dude,
Yeah.
the shows we had in Florida, for people that don't know, I'm in a band with Brady, who's here. He's the guitar player. I do bass and vocals, and you know, but before YouTube became a reality for me, as a career, being in a band and everything was right there with YouTube. It was always YouTube and being in a band making music,
Same.
and you know, whichever happened first was just whatever happened. There was never any like direct sort of I know this is gonna happen versus this. It was just however the
Wherever life
events,
took you.
Well, yeah, wherever the events happened to take me is what
However,
what
the
happened.
cookie crumbled.
Yeah, you know, literally that's how it goes. And obviously, the YouTube thing for me took off before the band, and we've been very fortunate and grateful for everything that has happened with the band in correlation to the YouTube stuff. I mean, we still have a whole lot of people that come to shows and don't really understand the difference, which is fine, you know, as long as they're there and having fun. But it's been wild. It's definitely been something that I personally never would have imagined. Like looking back at 11-year-old, 12-year-old me who was like, yeah, dude, I love Metallica and this is what I want to do. It's like the overall fucking aspect of it. It's mind blowing. It's
Yeah.
mind blowing.